Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. Long story short, I'll be doing a breakdown of the basics of Counter-Strike and my thought process while playing. Just a quick heads up, there's a short section in this video where I'll be talking about a book of my choosing on a project I'm doing also. Timestamps will be on screen, and if you'd like, you could skip over it or skip right to it. And with all that said and done, let's get on with the video. What is Counter-Strike? Well, Counter-Strike is a tactical first-person shooter, or FPS. Uh, Unlike games such as like Call of Duty, Rainbow Six, or Apex Legends, Counter-Strike relies on precise mechanics like movement-based shooting and economy. In most FPS games, bullets hit near where your crosshair is, especially if you're aiming down sights, but in CS's case, or Counter-Strike, accuracy is tied to your movement, so if you're walking, running, or jumping, your bullets are highly inaccurate and you won't be able to shoot straight. This is also why players learn to stop moving or even better counter-strafe before firing shots. The recoil system in Counter-Strike uses predictable spray patterns, which means if you can practice it enough, you can control them better and land more shots concisely. And with that all said, on to the next section, which is economy. Alright, economy. Basically, CS has an in-game economy where it affects what loadouts you have, what you can buy in general throughout the game. Every round, players earn money based off actions like getting kills, planning or defusing the C4, and or winning or losing rounds. This money lets you buy weapons, utility, and armor, and the such. And with the new update, you get bonus money as a CT with every T side member dead. At the start of each half, you get like $800 to play what's called a pistol round, where you can only afford pistols, Kevlar armor, utility, a Zeus, which is a one-shot taser, or a defuse kit if you're playing on the CT side. Um, if you win on the pistol round, I recommend you buy up in the second round, so that way you have a better better weapons compared to the other team, letting you win easy, making the match easier for you overall. If you do lose though, I do recommend you save so that way you can full buy third or fourth round, so that way you at least have a chance to turn it around. If you do win the second round after winning the pistol round, you are what's called a bonus round, where you carry cheaper weapons into the third round, but against opponents who have like a full buy, like where they have like rifles, flashes, full armor, and stuff like that. If you do win, your team snowballs since the other team's out of money, and you still have money, still like a lot of money and rifles you got from the other team, hopefully. And uh, even if you do lose, the economy evens out with them still having guns and you guys still having money from the second round that carried over. The cycle of like ecoing slash saving and then forcing and throwballing is critical because it's what like keeps you in the game. And on the next section, I would say settings and aiming in general. These things are like quite critical for you to improve as a player. Such as like before even going into a match, I recommend like going into a workshop map. I'll have one linked in the description below, but just messing around, checking your settings and everything. For example, like turning off mouse acceleration to make your shots more consistent, and using raw input to like give you the to like have the least amount of latency or delay. Also, I recommend like changing the crosshair away from the default one, so that way it is a bit easier to aim and stuff. So like use a static one, uh, maybe a larger one. Just it's all personal preference. For aiming wise, practice like crosshair placement. So in the map link below, there's a setting where you can turn on, which basically creates boxes, and you can like um, like swing an angle while keeping your crosshair at their head level, and like just like continue practicing this, like firing around corners and everything. So that way like it just becomes a habit over time. Uh, for movement wise, I recommend counter strafing, which is like if you're holding the D key, for example, you let go and then tap A, and this significantly decreases the amount of time you need to decelerate or stop, giving you like more time to shoot and like increasing your accuracy faster than you were if you were to just stop let go of all keys. Uh, this increases your this like decreases the time to kill, making it faster to kill your opponents, and also throws off their aim a little bit if you stop fast enough. Um, Another thing I'd like to mention is crouch control. Don't overcrouch. Yeah, it could get you a lot of kills, but use it wisely. Um, Crouching increases your accuracy, but makes you an easy target because you are stationary. Your movement speed is decreased. So, me personally, I would recommend counter strafing or like just strafing in general, and then going into a crouch spray if you really need it. Uh, or I recommend going to a going to crouch spray or like crouching while you swing an angle because most opponents would be aiming at your head, and you would be aiming at their head, but you would be crouched, giving you like a short delay before they can actually shoot your head. And then maps callouts. I do recommend learning some of these, like learning certain maps, certain callouts for maps, so that way you can actually plan and strategize different plays with your team. So like if your teammate throws a callout out, like for example Ivy, that would be that would be on the map train, and you would know where that is, so that way you could actually be able to play off that. For me, I would recommend starting off with like one or two maps, either like Mirage, Dust 2, mainly because they're like extremely popular and they are a bit easier to learn than other maps in my opinion. There's also like a lot of guides on them, so knowing locations like window, connector, even like site, for example, can help you like set up plays, making it easier for your team to actually win. Uh, Apart from that, yeah, it's just watch like different pro players like Donk for example, and just like seeing how they play, learning from them. Uh, yeah, I think that'll be it. Thank you for watching and sticking to the end. As a quick note, um, will be going over one of my matches in the next video, and explaining my decisions and why I did those things, along with my mistakes and my thought process. If you like, you could leave a comment about um, leave a comment if you have like feedback, suggestions, or anything. And yeah, thank you for watching, and see ya. Alright, so the Poppy Wars is the book I chose, and it is a 2018 fantasy novel written by the American author R.F. Kuang, and it was published by Harper Voyager. It's a grimdark fantasy, and it's a plot on draw on politics from the mid 20th century. Uh, the conflict is mostly based on like the not. It's a novel based on the Second Sino-Japanese War, and I do recommend giving it a read. Um, the long story short, it's about a character Rin, who's a war orphan in this new empire, and her parents are involved in opium smuggling. And yeah, I think that'll be all. See you guys in the next one.